Then I do what? Share screen. So for CCNA3, and in fact for the whole CCNA training, the last configuration you need to know is about NAT. So I'm going to ask you a question. What is NAT? What's that? Focus. What's happening with this Word document? Don't save. From the pen. The resume is too. Okay. Okay, so revisions. Revisions. NAT. One. What NAT stands for? Why we need NAT? What are the four options of NAT you can use to configure in your network? Okay, so 5 minutes, check that, and I want to hear from you. So you have Easy, Sangani, Gath, Denise, Esther, Christina. So you're 6 for now. So each of you. So question 1, someone can take it. Question 2, another one. So each of you must say something. So question 1 will be rich, easy, as per the name I see here. Question number 2 will be Sangani. And for 4 options, one will be for Garth, one will be for Denise, one for Esther, one for Christine. So I'm listening to you now. So take 2 minutes, quick, then you tell me. These questions are for job interviews and yeah, for your normal understanding. Okay, anyone can just say anything. So if you think that you have the answer, just let us know. Question number 1, who can say something?
That's the easy one there, Mr. Max. I'll take that one.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
So NAT is basically a network address translation. A network address translation, in
Okay.
my understanding, is like a method of like basically tracking down an IP address or
Sorry,
modify. Say again. Hello.
one
Can you hear
sec.
me?
So you see question about what network address? Yeah,
A network address.
translation.
Okay. Let
Okay.
me start from over. And NAT stands for network address translation.
Mm-hmm. And
Am
why
I
do we
wrong?
need it?
Why do we need it?
Yeah, continue.
We needed to
Mm-hmm.
we needed to basically keep track of our IP addresses and to modify our networks.
Okay. So who else can say something? Thank you, Daniel, for trying. Thank you very much. Who else can say something?
Um,
For question 2, sir.
Yes.
Um, why do we need NAT? So we basically need NAT in order to convert private IP addresses into public ones so that they can access the internet.
Very good. Very good. To translate private IP addresses to public, to go to the internet. So to go to the internet, it means to be routable. Routable. Very good. So we need NAT to translate private IP addresses. Very good. So now we have 4 options of NAT. What are they?
They
Please mute yourself if you're not listening.
we have dynamic.
Yes.
We have dynamic NAT.
Okay, so we have 4, né? We have 1. So the very first one is what? The very first one.
Static net.
Very good. The very first one is static NAT. Static NAT. And what is static NAT? What is static NAT?
When a when a single inside address must be translated to an outside public address.
Very good. One private is translated to one public. So it's 1 to 1. 1 to 1. Second one is what? Second option of NAT.
Dynamic NAT.
Okay, so we
Dynamic.
have dynamic NAT. Okay. Okay, dynamic NAT. And how it works?
I think it's also one private translate to public, if I don't mistake it.
Yeah, it is, but here so it is a specific thing.
Okay.
You're almost there, but not finished. Mhm.
Hmm.
Many private IPs to a pool of public. For example, I can have inside my network, I can have maybe 50 private IP addresses that I need to convert to a pool of public. So the pool of public IP I can maybe have only 10 public, and in my network I have 50 private. So these 50 private, will use the 10 public. So 50 will use my pool of public is 10. So this 50 will use that 10. So the first 10 will use the 10, and the other 40 must wait. When it's free, then we can continue. Okay, thank you, Denise, for dynamic NAT. The third one is what? So guys, don't forget, on the 18th of November, it will last day for the exam. We must all be at Scalabrini. Gav, you can't come. You can do remotely if it is no problem. But anyone else, please, Monday, 18th of November, please come. It will last day. I'm sure Scalabrini will explain something to us, or will meet us, or maybe congratulating us because we finished. So please, everyone, come. It's very compulsory to come. It will be last day we meet.
So you said what? Can you repeat what you said? So I didn't hear.
So who can you repeat for your friends? Denise, can you please repeat for your friends?
Sorry, can I repeat?
Can you please repeat what I said to everyone?
Oh, that the 18th of November is the last day of the hearing exam, the last one. We must all be there, and Scarabini will
Yes.
explain to us.
Yeah. So the 18th of November, we must all be at Scalabrini to write the exam. And maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe Scalabrini will meet us to explain something, because it's the last day of the training and all this stuff. So please, it's compulsory for everyone to be there. 18th of November. If you're working and you cannot come, please ask Calabrini. Will give you a letter to say that you have exam, that you need to be there. So everyone must be there. If you're not there, I don't know. So please, please, please come. Okay. So now we have static NAT. We have dynamic NAT. What is the third one?
The third one is PET.
Anyone?
Mr. Mac.
PAT.
Third one is PET.
And what PAT stands for? So what PAT stands for?
That stands for Port Address
It stands for port.
Translation.
Very,
Port Address Translation.
very good. Port address translation. Yes, have you done that course before? Because it's like different word. That's very suspicious. Suspicious. Okay, what level that means port address translations. So in that port address translation, we have two types. So we have parts using one public, that is the serial address, plus, never forget, overload. That's why we say part. Part is part because of overload, because everyone will use only one public. For static, one private, one public. For dynamic, many private will use a pool of valid public. But for port address translation, everyone will use only one valid IP plus overload. And the second one is part using a pool of public. So the first part, everyone will use only one public, the serial address of the router. The other parts, we use a pool of public IPs. That's all. If you know this one, you are done for your IT exam. For you are done even for your networking career. The definition of NAT. Why do we need NAT? And the 4 options. So I'm going to show you some example of configs in CCNA3. Why are we speaking like that? Focus, no? Okay.
Sir, can you go back to the last answer, please?
Okay, let me make it. Yeah. No, 1 second. Yeah, so you can copy the screen, so that you can, or you can take a picture with your phone and do your. In IT, you must try to understand properly first. Then you could do your configs, because you cannot configure something you don't know, you don't understand. What are you going to configure? And how are you going to troubleshoot if you don't understand? Maybe there is there is a problem in the network, and the IT manager will send you, go to the router and double check if the path for the serial, the path for the router interface is working. So he's telling you, go to the server room and check the path. You don't know path, you don't know serial. So this is how it is. So I'm going to show you some examples. So the static NAT, this is how it's configured. First thing first, you tell the router which interface facing my inside, which interface facing my outside, and IP NAT inside. It means anyone inside my network. Source static, meaning I'm going to use a static NAT. This private will be converted, will be translated to this. Sorry, this private, yeah, will be converted to this public to go to the internet. To view, show IP NAT translations. You can see inside local. Anything inside means inside my network. Local means private. Global means a public. You can see that this IP has been translated, has been changed to this. The second one, so I try to make it very simple for you. Dynamic NAT, we tell the router which interface is inside, outside. Now here we have 3 steps. First step, you describe your pool, IP NAT pool, a name, and the range of your pool. So it will start from .226 to .240. So it means 226, 227, 228, 229 until 240. This is my pool of valid IPs with network mask or with subnet mask. Then you write, you explain what your pool is. Now you need to tell the router anyone inside my network should use one of these pools. So IP NAT, access list 1 permit anyone inside my network. You see, this is your network. Wildcard mask. Then you combine both to say anyone inside my network to go out must grab one of these public to go. So you type IP NAT inside source list 1 for access list 1. Be careful of the numbers, must keep them. Pool and the name of your pool. You must write exactly the same. If you change the name of your pool, the number of the access list, everything's wrong. So be careful. So double check here again and you continue. You can also copy the screen if you want to, or take a picture so that yourself you can make your own revisions. As I explained to you, my first job I got at Cisco, it was the last day. So because of these notes, these summaries, I had to travel from Pretoria to Johannesburg, 30 minutes. So I left my CCNA 2 years before to go to an interview. So I had to grab all my notes like this one, 30 minutes. I had to read all of them in 30 minutes to go do the exam. And I passed. That's why you see me always making making these quick summaries. It's very helpful. It's not going back to the NAT Academy, read the whole story there. But NAT Academy is still open for you for 6 extra months. So you can still access it until end of June next year. So please use that opportunity to study well. It's not only for you to pass, but to understand properly. That's why it's still open.
Very true, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. So static NAT, we know how to do. Dynamic NAT, you know how to do. Now, part using one public, the serial address of the router plus overload. Also here, also plus overload. The first one, configure part using a single IP address. You tell the router which interface is IP NAT inside, which one is facing the outside, the internet outside. Then you write IP NAT. You can say access list 1 permits anyone inside my network to go out, but how? To go out how? Okay, now by using IP NAT inside source list 1, you must create your access list first. List 1, and we must use interface serial 010, the interface going to the internet on my router, and must use overload. That's why we said part using one public, the serial address of the router plus overload. So check that again and we continue. Okay, the second one, it's a NAT plus a pool, but using a pool of public IPs plus overload. So, what is it? So this is the second one. You tell the router which interface is inside, which one is outside. You specify your pool, your access list. You create your access list to see anyone inside my access list. You can use the pool. Then you combine both IP NAT inside source list 1 for access list 1, pool, the name of your pool 2, exactly the same thing, plus overload. The difference between this pool and the other one, the first pool here, if I have 50 guys who must use 10 valid public. There's 50 guys and I have 10 public. So inside my 50, 10 only can use V10. So the other 40 I have must wait for 10 IP to be free or for one IP to be free. You see? But with the overload, all the 50s, we can go. So all the 50s, we can use anyone we pull. We can force, we can all go. That's why we say overload. The difference is overload. So check this one again and we continue. You can read from top to down. So after doing this quick revision here, that's very, very important. Now we're going to do some examples. So I'm going to open that I hope it's going to open the packet tracer. So Christina, you send me a question. You send me a message for a question of config. I didn't forget, and I'll come back to you. I was a bit busy yesterday. So let's wait for the packet tracer to open. And so what you can do. What else we can do? So what is remaining? That maybe PowerPoint. This packet tracer is making my laptop being very slow. No, this one is a cybersecurity. This packet tracer is making.
So how are you feeling now?
Question, yes?
How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
Thank you very much for asking. Not quite well, but good, yeah. Thank you
Okay.
very much
We still got you.
for asking.
We still got you in our prayers.
Yeah. Yeah. You deserve something. I'll see if you pass well. I'll tell you what you deserve. But you must pass well first. Okay, this packet tracer is dealing us. Do I restart? No, I cannot restart. Yeah. Now everything's freezing. Let me see if I can restart then. Okay, any other questions before I restart? Before I restart, let me see if I can copy the screen to send to snipping tool. If I copy here, Richie Easy. Wow, that's a good name. To send to Scalabrini, we check everything. Enoch. Here I'll say CCNA3 register. Today is what? 19, 29. Then. So guys, Christmas is around us, so please be careful. I have a friend, she has been hijacked with gun on gunpoint. So she has been robbed of bags, cell phone, laptops. So be careful. They're always bad guys. Instead of studying IT, we are busy. Okay, let me close this guy. Yeah, and yeah, this one is much better. Okay, just wait. I'm going to restart. Yeah, to restart. Okay, if I open it, okay, so you will see. Okay, my packet tracer is open twice. So last time, so when we did, we got 56%. So you guys of CCNA next year, even if I do CCNA, I will still put you in the group. If you want to attend again the classes online, feel free to join. If you want to come at Scalabrini to do some labs, you're free to come on. So I'll put you in the WhatsApp group so that you will get informed of anything we do. Okay, so today we'll try to do a bit of NAT. Part. So in this part of practice, you configure static and dynamic NAT. You see. Step 1, configure static NAT. Configure static NAT to translate the address of the internal server. So you copy it. You can open a notepad, a notepad. So if you have questions anytime, please, as you know, unmute yourself and ask your question. So we're still going to have a look on that topology. So here we have, okay, it's opening. Configure static NAT to translate the IP address of the internal server on LAN 1 to public address. You see. So the address of the internal server on LAN 1. So first thing first, when you have a topology or a design, take your time to understand. Here we have two parts. First thing first, we have our internet that side is connected to a router. So I have Eastern network and we have a central network. The company is this name. So in this company, we have two branches, Eastern and Central. So Central router and Eastern router are interconnected and we can all go to the internet. So you take your time to understand. Now they say LAN 1. LAN 1 is here, internal server. So this IP, we need to change it to a public. So what is the value of this IP? If you click on it, it's locked. You cannot check from here. Desktop, so it's open, then you're happy, it's good. So this is the private. So if it's locked, it means you must get a plan B to view that. You can either come here, go to the addressing table, you see addressing table, and we say server, internal server, this is the IP. So this IP, we need to check. So we change it to this public. So the router, on which router, so you must read properly the instructions. So we go down again, configure NAT. So here, action for you guys. Which router goes to the internet? BD1 goes to the internet. Because here, we can tell the router which interface is facing my inside. Enable conft. So remember, if you forgot, you go back to your NETA card, you have an example there. This is the config. First thing first, you tell the router which interface is inside and outside. So I go back to my topology. I can see serial 011 is outside. And G00 is facing inside. So S011 is facing the outside. Interface S011. Okay, before that, let me exit. Do show IP interface brief. Okay, the IP addresses are configured already, so and we are all up. So I don't need to. So if you see app, the very first app means you did type no shutdown. You see. And the second app, it means the end of my cable is connected to something else. If I plug a cable on my router and at the other side, the other RJ45 is not connected to a PC or a switch or what, it will show down. So the first app, it means on that interface, when I configured, I did type no shutdown, then it's up. The second app, it means my cable I plugged in that interface, the other side, the other end of the cable is plugged also to a PC, to a router, to a switch or whatever. If it's not plugged to anything else, it will show down. So I come here, S11, so I don't need to configure interface S. IP NAT outside. It's facing my outside. Exit. My now G00 is facing my inside. Interface G. IP NAT inside. Do copy and start if you want to save, no problem. Now I need to translate. So IP NAT. So if you don't know question mark, inside, I can use inside. Inside, question mark, source, and tap source, question mark, static, question mark. Now I need to specify a IP to be translated. Then I come back to my, it's this one I need to translate. This private need to be translated to a public. So and the public one should be this. Don't copy paste, you must type question mark CR. If you see CR, it means you can just press enter, it's finished. Do copy, start. It's exactly the same like this one. Exactly the same. Now, to verify the translation, I can end here. Show IP not translation. And indeed, I can see that this IP of the internal has been translated to this. We have 61%. So from 56, we jump 61. Now, step number 2, we're going to configure dynamic path. Dynamic path. So what if I use a pool of public, we also call it dynamic path. Then we need to do that. It means we need to configure a pool first. But we tell the router check is inside outside, we did. So let's do that. So conf-d, before that, let's read properly the question. I'm going to copy all these things. Maybe the first one. Or everything, yeah, it's fine. So we are done for the first one. We go to the second one. So for the first, We need to select which interface is inside, outside. I think we did it. We did that, but we can still do it. Const interface S01011, yeah. IP NAT outside, exit, interface G000, IP NAT inside, exit. Now we need to call our access control list. So access list, what did we tell us to be translated? So create access list 1 to allow everyone here. Copy. Access list 1. Question mark if you forgot. Permit or one specific IP or a host. So I need a network. So I paste my network here. Oh. So /16 is what? 255 0 0. Or if you want to, /16 is 16 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Anyone else is 0 zeros. So if I convert this one in decimal, this one is 255. This one is 255. And anyone else is 0 and 0. So to find the wildcard mask, I do all 255 minus my subnet mask. So 255 minus 255 is 0. 255 minus 255 is also 0. 255 minus 0 is 255. And 255 minus 0 is also 255. So this is the wildcard mask of my normal subnet mask. So wildcard mask is the opposite. So I tap this one 0.0, 0.0.255.255 question mark CCR. It means I can just press enter. So this comment, it means allow anyone in the pool. IP NAT question mark. I can use the name pool. IP NAT pool question mark. I need a name, a word. Did we specify? So with A, we are done. B, create a NAT pool. Pool 1 must write exactly the same way. Copy. Question mark. Now I need to specify, sorry, my pool or my range. And we say this is the range from 2.116 until 2.118. So this is my pool. This is my pool. I can remove this guy. Oh, 18 is here. This is my pool or my range. Then I need to type question mark net mask. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to help you. Normally, if you go in AutoCAD, what you need to do is this command that you see here. This configuration. It's exactly the same thing they want you to do. So I go back. I go back here. Now net mask. I can use the word net mask. Question mark. And a network mask. So what did we tell us in the question? So we didn't specify anything. So here is a bit tricky because we didn't specify. Okay, here we're going to use all two. So here it will be subnet mask, not the wildcard mask. We can use. Well, let's check maybe the question paper. We didn't specify. Okay, we didn't specify. We can use the standard one. So this is our pool. So we did create our access control list to allow anyone to go out, but and we have our pool. Now we're going to combine both to tell anyone inside my network, please use one of these IPs. IP NAT inside source list. So what number should I put here? Inside source list. What number? The number I need to put in my list here is the number of its access list. You see, 1. If you change it, access list 1, to use the pool named pool 1. As I say with Cisco, when you see the first time, don't panic. It seems strange, but no. Take your time to read, do it many times. Then question mark, I can use overload because we see dynamic path. With path, you must always use overload. Do copy run start. You can show I translate. Okay, so we didn't generate a traffic. That's why you can do it. So we are done for this. How much? Previously it was 61. Now it's 64. Okay. Next time we'll do a bit of revision for access control list and we'll finish. Then we could continue with the remaining chapters are only theory. It's management, network management. We just give you advices. So we'll do one in IP because today is what Tuesday. Thursday, we'll finish the access control list plus maybe chapter 7. Then the last 2 weeks, we'll try to finish these ones. We're only theory. But if you need to do a configuration for CCNA3, you should know how to configure access control list and OSPF, access control list, and NAT. If you know these 3, you are done. File save. Save this one. Let me see the one. I don't know which one I used. Okay, so this is for network address translations. Please do it again. Go in your NAT card, check the 4 types. We have the 4 types. Static NAT, how to configure. Dynamic NAT, how to configure. Part using a single IP. The CLAN interface of the router plus overload. The second part is also called dynamic path. So path using a pool of. So you see. So if you know that, then it's fine. It's okay. Anything else that we'll be doing is some theory. We are very short chapters. Any questions?
Mr. Max, can you just go back to the configuration on the just up to the where you
Was also here.
access list.
Okay, before I go there, if you tap show run, I want to show you something. You press enter. You can see that on this interface, I did configure IP NAT inside. On this interface, IP NAT inside. And you can see all your NATs that you configured are here.
Oh, there's
This one is just for yeah. Anything you yeah, you are saying to go where?
I just wanted to have a look at the access list there, Mr. Max, and the wildcard mask. I'm still stuck on 12% on my thing, Mr. Max.
Any other questions? So so this one, please, you can do it many times. This level. You can do it many times. It's a very good one because it summarizes the OCF, how to configure OCF. And also in your network, you have some small labs that you can do. Now you have some small lab configure static NAT. They show you step by step, they teach you how to do configure dynamic. They show you, they explain step by step. Then we can stop for now. As you know, practice makes perfect. Also, please do your chapter exams because we need to send them to Scalabri. While you're busy doing your exam, your packet tracer, if you have issues, please post in the WhatsApp group. Will help you. Or you can also send to me. Have a good evening and see you next time.
Thank you, sir.